Welcome everyone. I'm Sue with Yoga Awakening, and today my intention for class is to talk about the first limb of yoga, the first of the 8 limbs of yoga, and that is the Yamas. The Yamas are about our relationship with ourselves as well as with others and with society. So if you'd like to learn more about the Yamas, a great book, I'm going to teach you a lot today, but if you want to learn some more, a great book that you can study is called The Yamas and the Niyamas by Deborah Adele. Great resource. So with that, if you like this class today, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, and that can really help me to spread yoga around the world. All right, let's begin in our mindful seat. And take your palms out in front of you. And I want you to imagine that you're drawing the energy up from the earth, extending it up to the crown of the head, up to the sky, and then drawing that energy back down to the earth. So see if you can imagine feeling that exchange of energy as you draw the palms up and then back down towards the earth. Breathe in and out through your nose. Inhaling as the arms move upward. Exhaling as the arms move downward. Can you sense that vibration of energy, life force? And now draw your arms out and then slowly draw the palms back in. Inhale, expand out. Again, sensing that vibration. Like Tai Chi yoga. And now continue here. While I open with a chant, you can do either variation or resting your hands when you need to. Bring our hands together at heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh through the mouth. Ha. Deep inhale, and we'll open together with one Om. Let's begin with circles with our torso while I put the music on. Continue to feel that fullness of breath. Really feel the curve through the back, drawing the heart forward as you come forward. Inhale and then exhale. Draw, push the spine backward and exhale. Inhale forward, exhale back. Catting the back as you go back. Drawing the heart forward as you go forward. And then go in the opposite direction. And while you continue here, we'll begin and I'll share the first yama, which is Ahimsa. Ahimsa, maybe you've seen the hand signal. Some people have it hanging in their homes, means non-harming. People hang it in their homes to hope to not bring harm to their family and to their home. So Ahimsa, with that is the practice of compassion, of love for ourselves and for others. So let's begin by drawing into self-love. Come back to a neutral spine. And bring your hands together at heart center. And let's set an intention of the Buddhist monk mindfulness, loving kindness meditation. And it goes like this. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful and full of bliss. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful and full of bliss. One more time, take those circles. So Ahimsa, love for ourselves and love for others. So as we begin our practice today, let's just draw in for a little bit of self-love. Walk your fingertips forward. Reach the sit bones back, fingertips forward. And then walk your fingertips over to the right. Press through your left sit bone. And now give yourself a hug. Give your right knee a hug. And just soften into the back body and internally repeat the Buddhist loving kindness meditation. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful and full of bliss. Let's walk our fingertips back to center and then over to the left side. And same thing. Let's give that left knee a hug. Just settle in and soften. Breathe into the back body. Soften through the low back, mid back, upper back. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful and full of bliss. Practicing Ahimsa means remembering self-love, self-care, so that we can send that love and compassion out to others. Let's come back up to neutral spine and let's find our way up to all fours. Then press it back to child's pose. Let's continue the self-care as we come up and lift our sit bones a little higher. Come onto your forearms or onto your palms and bring your forehead to the earth. And then just give your forehead a little massage here, back and forth. Feel the movement through the hips also. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful, full of bliss. The first yama, Ahimsa, non-harming. Love for ourselves and love for others. Let's come up to all fours And begin to flow sweetly in a cat-cow, arching the back up to the sky, and then letting the belly drop and gazing forward for cow position. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And now as you flow in your cat-cow, internally repeat the mantra of the Buddhist loving kindness meditation, and this time send it out to friends and family, to loved ones, out to the world, out to people struggling, maybe even people that you have difficulty with. May they be happy. May they be free from pain and suffering. May they be peaceful and full of bliss. May they be happy. May they be free from pain and suffering. May they be peaceful and full of bliss. Walk your fingertips forward. Keep your hips right above your knees and come to what's called Anahatasana, puppy dog pose. Reaching your chin towards the earth and beginning to open up through the throat. So the second yama is called Satya, or truthfulness. Definition is truthfulness, but it goes much deeper than being true as in telling a lie or not. It goes much, much deeper in that it's about honoring our ideals, our virtues, our truth within. So do we follow that path? As we walk through life, do we continually honor that very truth within us? So on our mat, we can practice Satya, truthfulness, with throat openers and internally repeating the mantra, I follow and speak my truth. I follow and speak my truth. Let's come back up to all fours. And we'll lift it up to our first downward facing dog. Pedal out through your feet. Come high onto your toes as you inhale. And exhale, heels to the earth. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, heels to the earth. Continue here. So as you practice Satya, truthfulness, are you true to your values? Do you choose friends maybe that have the same values as you? Are you true to your ideals? Come onto your knees. Sit back on your heels and interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift up through the chest and then open up through the throat. Open up through the heart as you awaken the space of the fourth chakra, Anahata, place of love, compassion. And as you open up through the throat, Satya, truthfulness, speaking your word. Let's fold, bring your head to the earth, and then reach your arms over your head. Lifting up the hips off the heels, keep reaching the arms over the head. And then again, lift back up, sit bones back to the heels. Really open up through the chest, open up through the throat. And again, 2 more times, fold. And lift back up. And 1 more time, fold. And lift back up. Release the hands back to the earth and make your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out through your feet. Melt the heart towards the earth. Come forward to the top of a push-up now. And slowly lower knees, chest, chin, or straight flat back chaturanga. Come to cobra. Hold your cobra. Press the hips into the earth. Draw the throat back. Maybe you can even lift up and straighten through the arms. Coming to upward facing dog, and then lift and open up through the throat. And exhale, lower back down to the earth. Again, pressing up. Can you come right onto the tops of your feet? Lift the legs off the earth. Broaden through the heart. Lift up through the throat. And once again, lower back down. One more time. I follow and speak my truth. Follow my truth. What is your truth? What are your ideals, your virtues, your passions? And lower back down. Press it back to child's pose. Come back up to all fours. And let's lift it back up to downward facing dog. Come high onto your toes, inhale. And exhale, heels to the earth. Inhale, toes. Exhale, heels. Walk or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway open. Exhale, fold to the earth. Again, inhale, halfway open, extend from hips to the crown of the head. And exhale, fold. Slowly drawing the energy up from the earth, reaching and extending that energy up to the sky. And then bring the hands to heart center. Reach those arms back up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, stretch and grow. And then take a back bend here. Little bend through the elbows. Breathe into the heart. Open up through the throat. And in that space of the heart, internally repeat the mantra. I share love and compassion to all of humanity. I open my heart unconditionally to all. Come back, center standing, and now take a twist to the right. Ground down through your feet as you take that twist, and then lengthen up through the spine, like you're stretching like a cat. Open through the throat, open through the chest. A little bend through the elbows. And come back to center. Switch to the other side. Ground down through your feet. Lengthen and grow first, and then twist to the left. And now open up. Practicing Ahimsa as we open through the heart space. Open through the throat. Satya, truthfulness. I follow and speak my truth. And come back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway open. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to the top of a push-up. Lower knees, chest, chin. Come to cobra. Broaden through the chest. Energetically draw your palms back. Heart reaching forward. And now can you open up through the throat, come onto the tops of the feet, straighten through the arms, lift up through the throat, stretch and lengthen, gaze upward. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward for warrior one. Cactus pose your hands, palms facing away. Lengthen up out of the hips. Prana mudra. Maybe you can even lift your chin slightly and look upward. And now go deeper. Bring that right hand behind you, left hand behind your head. Right hand will reach down the left leg. Draw that left elbow open. You're mirroring me. Deeply open through the heart. Where do you need to show more love and compassion in your life? Feel that in the heart space. Sigh into the space of the heart. Open up through the throat. I follow and speak my truth. I honor my virtues. I honor my values. Frame your front foot. Either pause in child's pose or follow me, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Other side, left foot forward. Warrior one. Prana mudra, cactus pose the hands. Lengthen up out of the hips. Feel that energy at the heart space. May my friends be happy. May they be free from pain and suffering. Take your right hand behind your head, left hand down your leg. Open up through the throat, lengthen through the neck. Draw that right elbow a little more open to the right, lengthen back. And slowly release. Frame your front foot. High plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Find your way to child's pose. So while we pause in child's pose, I'll speak of the third yama, which is Asteya, meaning not to steal. Asteya, non-stealing. So this goes deeper than stealing, robbing a bank or stealing candy from a store. It goes much deeper than that. So it's about not only that, but not stealing one's ideas, one's thoughts, one's time. So think about a time maybe when you stole somebody's time or they stole your time. Come up to all fours. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Come forward to the top of a push-up. Slowly lower chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Step or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Come to chair pose, Utkatasana. So how this relates on our mats, when we practice, when we have our yoga practice, is that we don't want to covet what other people are doing next to us, right? So we can practice being in our own little bubble and remembering that this practice is not about the goal. It's not about putting our foot behind our head. So not coveting what other people are maybe able to do around us when we do practice at home. Of course, we don't have to worry about that. Let's reach our arms to the sky. Non-stealing, Asteya. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway open. Come back to downward facing dog. Extend your right leg behind you, bend the knee, make big circles with that right hip. So imagine that you're just in your own little bubble on your mat, no distractions. Switch sides, left leg extends, bend the knee, make circles. Remembering that this is a moving meditation. So not worrying about what's happening around us, what others are doing beside us, not coveting what others have, non-stealing, Asteya, left foot meets the right, high plank, chaturanga, up dog. Can you lift up through the throat? Can you come onto the tops of the feet, opening through the throat? Satya, truthfulness, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Step or float the feet to the hands. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Back to chair pose, Utkatasana. And now this brings us to the fourth yama, Brahmacharya. So I want you to come back to where we began, that exchange of energy. I want you to draw your arms out to the side and then back in and see if you can observe the exchange of energy. So Brahmacharya literally translates to celibacy and non-excess. But I love deeper the definition of how do we use our energy. Appropriate use of our vital force. Again, I'll say that, the appropriate use of our vital force, of our energy. So observe that here. Now I want you to do the opposite. And I want you to come into a very strong, powerful chair pose. Bring your palms to touch. Hug, squeeze your legs towards each other. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your palms. Draw in through your core. Now notice, do we really need this extra force, right? So let all that go and come back to feeling that soft exchange of energy. Appropriate use of our vital force. Reach the arms to the sky and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway open. Find your way back to downward dog. Pedal out through your feet. Soften through the skull, drain the brain. Let's bring our right foot through. I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see warrior two. Feel the support of your feet on the earth. Imagine that you're drawing energy up from the earth, using the least amount of effort with that support. And then imagine drawing the energy up through the legs, through the hips, through the bowl of the pelvis. And then imagine that energy rising, 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 rising. And feel like you're floating in your warrior. Now begin again to feel that exchange of energy as you draw the arms forward and back out. Like Tai Chi Yoga. So Brahmacharya, non-excess. Non-excess. Where in your life are you excessive? Maybe you exercise too much. Reverse warrior. Maybe too much consumption of food. Maybe you're a shopaholic. Maybe you scroll through Instagram way too much. Facebook. Where are you excessive in your life? Frame your front foot. Either choose to take that vinyasa with me, Or maybe you just need to rest in child's pose. Do what's appropriate for your body. Come to cobra or up dog. Exhale back. Down dog. Other side. I'm going to turn myself around so you can see. Extend your left leg. Bring it through warrior two. Notice the energy, the life force in the soles of the feet. Begin to bring that energy up through the legs, up through the pelvis area. Roll the pelvis up through the hips. Feel that energy growing lighter and lighter and lighter as it rises through your fingertips, through the arms, through the chest, through the crown of the head. Appropriate use of your vital energy, life force. And now begin to flow. Hands draw towards each other and see if you can sense that exchange of energy. Brahmacharya. Appropriate use of life force. Think of how you're stealing your energy as you have excessive behaviors. Reverse warrior. And cartwheel the hands around. Frame your front foot. Hold your high plank. Can you feel the body like a feather here? And then know what's appropriate for you. Not worrying what others are doing. Maybe just coming onto your knees, maybe even child's pose. And now let's all join in child's pose. Coming back to the first Yama, Ahimsa, non-harming of ourselves and others, comes from a place of compassion and love. May we be happy. May we be free from pain and suffering. May we be peaceful and full of bliss. Let's come back up. Downward facing dog. Step or float your feet to your hands. Inhale as you gaze forward halfway. Exhale as you fold. Find your way back to chair pose. Ground down through your right foot. Coming to Garudasana, eagle pose. Take your left leg, wrap it around. Choose what's most appropriate for you for conserving your life force. Maybe just resting your toes on the earth. Maybe taking a half bind, maybe the full bind. And then extend your arms. Right arm over left. Maybe you just choose to give yourself a hug here. Or maybe you can work to get your palms to touch. Can you soften through the soles of your feet? Can you feel the body light as you draw the energy upward? And slowly unwind. Other side. Practicing Brahmacharya, appropriate use of our life force. What is best for you right here in your eagle pose? And mindfully unwind, right foot meets the left. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway open. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to the top for push-up. Lower chaturanga. Come right onto your belly. Interlace your fingers behind your back for Shalabhasana, locust pose. So here we're going to come back to opening up through the heart, practicing Ahimsa, and also maybe opening up through the throat as you extend through the neck, extend the chin forward. And then using Brahmacharya, least amount of effort here. This is one where we can really over effort. So notice the flow of your breath. Is it soft and peaceful, or tight and restricted? Slowly release legs back to the earth. Make a pillow with your hands. Peace within. Ahimsa. Practice of compassion for self and others. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful, full of bliss. And now come up for Dhanurasana. Bow pose, bend your knees. Cactus pose your hands. Press through your hip bones, equally weighted. Lift up through the chest. And now can you find your ankles or the tops of the feet? Broaden through the heart space. Draw your throat back. Practicing Brahmacharya here. Maybe this is just too much. Maybe come back to knees on the earth. And release again. Make a pillow with your hands. Soften through the low back. Soften into the mid back. Soften into the upper back. Let's come up, bring our hands beside our chest. Turn your toes under, lift up. Come back to child's pose just for a moment. And now let's come up to all fours and stand upon our knees and our shins for Ustrasana, camel pose. This is another deep heart opener and throat opener. So cactus pose your hands. Lengthen through the sides of the body. Really feel that length, especially from the pelvis up to the navel. And then feel that energy rising, rising, lightening. Broaden through the chest. Hips forward, chest forward, elbows forward. Palms turning away. Begin to float back like a flat plank. And when you can't go back anymore, bring your hands to your back pockets. Draw your elbows towards each other. Keep the neck aligned with the spine, even though we're opening through the throat. Maybe you can find your ankles. Slowly lead back up with the heart. And we'll reverse that action by coming to downward facing dog. Extend your right leg behind you and bring it through to pigeon pose on the right side. So just find a very relaxed pigeon pose. No over-efforting here, and soften through the low back, mid-back, soften through the shoulders. So reflecting in our pigeon pose on Brahmacharya, non-excess. Where in your life is there excess? Over-efforting in life. Where are you using up that life force? Maybe it's through work. Maybe it's through what you think is play with too much exercise. Maybe for some it's too much alcohol. Maybe it's too much sex. The literal definition of Brahmacharya, celibacy. And let's find our way to pigeon pose on the other side. Reflecting now on Satya, the second yama, truthfulness. Are you true to your ideals? Do your relationships reflect your ideals and your virtues? I follow and speak my truth. I follow and speak my truth. And I listen to the truth of others. Come onto your left hip. Wrap the right leg around. Come to Navasana, boat pose. Feel the energy rising from your sit bones, through the side bodies, through the ribs, through the heart. Feel as though you were floating. How are you using your energy here? If it's just too much, then just come back to a seat. By over-efforting, we can truly, make ourselves sick. We could maybe get adrenal fatigue where we're tired all the time. And release, right ankle over the left. Close your eyes, take a moment in Sukhasana, mindful seat. Where do you inappropriately use your energy? One more time, effortless Navasana. Effortless. And slowly bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. Find your way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring a smile to your face and come back to Ahimsa and love for self. May I be happy. May I be free. from pain and suffering. May I be peaceful, full of bliss. Bring the soles of your feet to the earth. Remembering to practice Asteya, non-stealing, non-coveting. So here I give you yogi's choice to either come to bridge pose, if this is appropriate, better for you, or maybe wheel pose. So maybe you see others in the yoga class doing wheel pose, Dhanurasana, and that might just not be appropriate for you. That's okay. Slowly lower back down to the earth. Soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your hands wherever they feel comfortable. So far we've covered 4 yamas: Ahimsa, non-stealing; Satya, truthfulness; Asteya, non-stealing. I meant Ahimsa, non-harming; Asteya, non-stealing; Brahmacharya, non-excess, or appropriate use of life force; extend your legs long. Bring your hands, thumbs and index finger together to a diamond shape. And then bring that underneath your bottom. Lift up your hips. Come onto your forearms for fish pose. Deeply opening through the throat. Try to bring the crown of your head to the earth. This is a heart opener as well as a throat opener. Internally repeat that mantra: I follow and speak my truth. I follow and speak my truth. I honor the truth of others. Let's bring the hips back to the earth. Bring the hands back forward and hug the knees back into the chest. Take a little roll on your sacrum. And then find your way to happy baby. Well, let's just take a moment to bring out our inner child here. The Sanskrit word for this pose is Ananda Balasana, blissful baby, blissful child. So take a little moment, compassion for self here. Remembering your childhood, that playfulness. Hug the knees back into the chest. And then let the knees drop to the right as you cactus pose your hands over your head. And now while you rest here, we'll come to the 5th yama, Aparigraha. Aparigraha. Non-hoarding, non-possessiveness, letting go. Feel the body letting go. And reflect in your life on that definition of non-hoarding. What do you have in your life in excess? Maybe in excess of clothing, of shoes. In our house we have an excess of screwdrivers. non-excess, non-hoarding. Switch to the other side. So with all the yamas, the one thing that we can do, the main thing that we can do to work on the yamas is to meditate. Whether that be a moving meditation through yoga or a seated meditation. So when we learn to meditate, we begin to change the neurons in our brain. So we improve on all of those 5 yamas. We become more compassionate, we become more peaceful, we become more truthful to ourselves and to others. We don't desire to steal from others, whether that be their thoughts or their ideas. Letting our ego come into play, we let go of all of that. We learn how to use our energy, Brahmacharya, so that we conserve our energy. And we learn to let go of things in our life that are not necessary. We become more minimalistic. Hug your knees back into your chest. And now as we close in final Shavasana, begin to extend your legs long, palms facing up. The final yama of the first limb of yoga, Aparigraha. Completely let go here. Let go through body. Let go through your mind. I am not my mind. I am not my body. And while you lay here peacefully, silently, through the mind, letting everything go, I'm going to close with a little bit of singing bowl. very slowly begin to become aware of your energy within, the energy around you. Begin to bring small movements into your hands and into your feet. And taking all the time that you need to find your way to one side in fetal position, and then back up to a mindful seat. So when we begin to practice the yamas, the first limb of yoga, then we begin to take our practice off our mats and bring it into the world and into our daily lives. So one more time, those 5 yamas: Ahimsa, non-harming, non-violence, love and compassion for all. Satya, truthfulness, truthfulness to our ideals, our virtues. Asteya, non-stealing, non-coveting. Brahmacharya, non-excess, and one's use of their vital energy, appropriate use of vital energy. And Aparigraha, non-hoarding, letting go. With that, let's seal the intention of bringing our practice off the mat and out into the world. And we'll close today with one final Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.